Another play that Goff executes perfectly, a designed play concept. I think he had almost 340 yards and 3 touchdowns in this one. The loss, of course, to the Rams in Week 15. It's a 1st and 10. I think this is after the interception, the amazing interception by Aiden Hutchinson of Matt Stafford. So base defense is on the field for LA because Detroit is in their 12 personnel grouping. 2 tight ends down here at the bottom side of the screen. And so the Rams have matched with their base defensive structure. I think that's a defensive end out there to the top side. In any case, it's twin wing. It's a 2-by-2 formation. 2 receivers at the top. That's the twin. And then the wing down here is the 2 tight ends. Oftentimes it'll be a tight end and a fullback. But in any case, it's a balanced formation. And here's what you got. It ends up being 4 to a side. I love this concept for Detroit. They ran it a ton under Ben Johnson. What I'm talking about is one of the tight ends from the wing side. We're going to cross sitting down on this hash. Running back flashing out to the flats. And then you can do whatever you want here to create conflict over the top of the inside linebacker level. So what ends up occurring here is this route by Jameson Williams is going to occupy or pull that safety, illustrated by him tracking that blue line right there. And it just isolates St. Brown on the outside corner. Similar, if you ask me, and that's exactly where Goff's looking. Similar, if you ask me, to a couple of the other concepts that I've showed you. Goff's just confirming, and then bang, throw the football now. St. Brown, easy win. They went after that guy, I think it's Durant, I could be wrong, 14, who may have left LA at this point, but they went after him with this same concept a couple of times. Really seemed to do a great job on rewatch of attacking the Rams' base defense through the air. Not with the run at all, right? I think they only had 70 yards on the ground in that one. And this one against the Rams, sharp, just like that game, the home loss, 31-24 to the Packers. Unfortunately, Green Bay was able to convert that 4th and 3 late. Wicks against Brian Branch, which is a little bit surprising. In any case, same concept or similar concept here. Occupy the safety. In this case, it's St. Brown. And then run over the top of him. That is Williams. Once again, I've got the timer on the screen here. I got it at 2.9 seconds, something like that. It's in the range. I don't think it's 3.4 or anything like that. In fact, when I first saw this, I was like 3.9 sounds like a little high to me. He doesn't need much time. He's got elite understanding. And here, watch the safety's reaction to St. Brown's route. Goff is already starting to throw the football, and I don't think you've got a tremendous reaction from the safety that's leading Goff to make that read, to make that decision. Essentially what I'm saying to you is he understands the coverage. He understands where players, quote, should be. It's elite at the NFL level, in my opinion. I don't think there are 5 quarterbacks in the NFL better than Jared Goff at recognizing things pre-snap, confirming it post-snap, and knowing where to go with the football. Last one that I've got for you, and once again, it's off play action. I want to see this offensive line control more games and give. I don't even know that it's about giving Goff the ability to choose run pass. I think it's about making things easier for Petzing and Kafka and the offensive line if and when they actually do call a pass play. In any case, this illustrates, I think, the weapons that they've got with the primary weapons that they've got. Even though Laporta's out at this point in time, Gibbs downhill on a run concept, St. Brown up top, Williams at the bottom. The time and space that is afforded on these play actions, Goff has, immaculate play action fakes, if you ask me, placing the ball out in front, giving inside linebackers an opportunity to see the thing longer. In addition, I mentioned this in another video, sometimes on play action stuff, people will move the running back 1/3 of a yard or even 1/2 of a yard. Ray Lewis talked about this years ago. I've got a chance to watch him in practice, I think in like a mini camp, and he talked about that. In addition, the running back's getting a little bit slower start on play action. In any case, that would elongate, stretch out the conflict for the second level of the defense. Here you've got a 30-plus yard throw or plus 30-yard throw out in front of Williams by a little bit more than 9 yards. I actually think it's slightly underthrown here. If you ask me, you'd like to see Goff throw this out. He's got Forbes beat, I think, pretty clean across the field. I love what Goff can do on these play action opportunities. You can say he's old school It's traditional, it's classic, it's not forward thinking, it's not modern. Call it whatever you want. You can't say that it's ineffective, especially when it comes to Jared Goff.